What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be getting the Speed 6 ready for its first drive, and I'm super pumped. Stay tuned. All right, guys, as you saw in the last episode, we got the Speed 6 fired up and ready to go finally. So now what we got is we got the car up on the lift. What we got to do is we got to go through the entire car, nut and bolt check everything. You know, this car was fully apart for a while, so I just want to go through and make sure we didn't miss anything as we were putting it back together, because the way to find out is not on the road. Along with that, we need to drain the braking oil and change out the filter and put the new oil in, which is going to be Schaefer's racing oil. This was recommended to me by like Abdul as another substitute to an oil that I can use on this car. Like I said, I was going to go with this pen grade at first, but this stuff is actually not good with ethanol, so I decided against using it. So we're going to try out the Schaefer's racing oil. It's got tons of zinc in it, so that's what we need on these motors. This stuff has it too. It's just something about the pen grade stuff. It just doesn't blend well with ethanol. It turns into like a gel. So we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna get the oil change. I got a ton of filters in here ready to go, and we'll get to it. That way we can get this thing fired up and kind of drive it around. We'll wipe you guys off here. One thing we're waiting on is a fuel cell for the back of the car. Now, we're doing port injection a little bit different than you guys had previously seen on this car, where I had a fuel cell, like filters coming off of it, pumps coming off of it, more filters coming off of it. I really wanted to simplify the setup and make it more street friendly so that there's not a bunch of hoopla going on in the back. So what I did is I ordered a Aeromotive 1000 fuel cell. It's a 6-gallon cell, typically bigger than what we normally run for our port injection setups. But the reasoning behind it for me was that I can fill this cell and I really don't have to worry about it too much, because it's gonna have 6 gallons in it, and that's plenty for PI when you're ripping on the car. So I will have to check it less, because I know there'll be more in there, if that makes sense. So we're going with a 6-gallon Aeromotive 1000 fuel cell. They're a little pricey, but I think it'll be worth it because it's less fittings, less pumps, less filters, all that stuff in there. And it just is one less fail point for us while we're driving the car. So basically what'll happen is there'll just be a feed line that runs from there to the front and a return line back. That's literally it, and an inline filter on the feed line. So stuff's coloring really nicely. The manifold's coloring nicely, downpipe. What I have now is, I forgot to bring it here, but I got Late Night Racing's new oil cap. It accepts a -10 fitting for a catch can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the catch can off that and this one right here, and that will be our crankcase ventilation for up top. We already have the one for the PCV plate. And then this one over here is just gonna stay capped off. Eventually I'm gonna switch out this valve cover, but my main goal right now is to get this thing up running and on the dyno to get tuned. We got Racesthetics' new coil rotation bracket. This is actually titanium. I just opted for it not to be burnt. And then I got the gold hardware to match. So it looks really nice. So we're gonna quit talking. We're gonna get to work and stuff like this. I got a black coupler to replace that, so I'm gonna do stuff like that. But we gotta get this oil drained and get some fresh stuff in there. All right, oil's draining. Yes, it's green. That's the pen grade braking oil. It's SAE 30, but that's just bubbling because it's dropping from so far, but let that keep draining, get the filter off, and get this thing a fresh oil change. injectors and high pressure fuel pump that make noise on these motors regardless. This is the quietest, most smooth running engine I've ever had. Shout out to Speed Performance, my boys out in New Jersey. They crushed it on the short block. And my buddy Paul PNS at PNS Race Engines for doing the head. This thing sounds amazing and it runs so smooth. And that's thanks to Justin at FreekTune too for the amazing base map that we got in this thing. All right, as you guys seen, we had the Speed 6 up and running. You're probably wondering why the turbo's apart. I had mentioned, I don't know if this video or the one before, Borg Warners, the turbos come with references for a speed sensor and a port for your boost source. Well, they come machined, but they don't come drilled out because they, you know, want the end user to do it to how they want. So you actually have to drill a take a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill out the tapped machine piece for your turbo housing. So we did that. We're putting our 1/4 inch NPT fitting in here for our boost reference. We're gonna put the turbo kit back together and final tighten everything down and get it ready, because we're just gonna be going through the paces now of doing nut and bolt checks. Our fuel cell for the port injection comes tomorrow. Yeah, we just got to kind of tie up odds and ends and get ready to go. But this is one big piece, so we don't over boost. Yeah. But yeah, everything's coming together really well. And so we're going to put this on, put the turbo kit back together, final tighten everything down, and we'll get back to you. All right, guys, turbo is 100% on tight. Everything is tightened down. We got boost reference hooked up. All the wastegate lines are hooked up. The only thing we're missing is the wastegate screamer pipe, but we won't need that just yet. Just got to cut it and refab just a small radius on it so it'll fit past where we needed to go. But we're gonna fire this thing up, and my goal is to get this thing outside and roll it under its own power for the first time. I'm really excited. Oh, we might have to bleed the clutch real quick, but just maybe. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, everything's tightened up. We got the clutch bled.
About that time.
My goal is to be able to move this thing. Clutch pedal feels good.
Oh, dude, that thing's stiff.
3, 2, 1.
Dude, that tone is so good. It's so deep. It sounds great, man. Such a good car. This thing some fresh air.
Let's go! Woo, dude, check out those taillight spots.
Dude, they're pretty.
There's gonna be a lot of people getting a good look at those there, guys.
Oh boy. Those are sick. Thing is stout.
It literally is so quiet. I mean, obviously the high pressure fuel pump and the injectors are loud, but
Other than that, so just let her warm up, and I'm about to move the Z out of the way. We'll be good. so good out in the sun. Oh my god. Needs a wash, but
She does.
dude, it sounds so good.
That turbo wants to spool up
so badly.
Dude, he's loving the weather.
Dude, I know.
Dang, would you look at it, dude? It's dirty, but holy crap. Super sleeper, dude. I still gotta swap out the headlight lenses, and it needs a wash. I mean, look at her, she's filthy. That's sick.
Guys, this thing sounds insane. I've said it before, and I stand by it, that I love this exhaust. It's so good. We might have to do another bleed. Working the kick, oh my. Yeah, that thing rips.
First drive going well, Justin at FREEKTUNE. Super sick. AFRs are good. It's sounding good. I'm just kind of getting into it a little bit, shifting gears, and it's running good. Nothing's coming out, right?
Nope, she's good.
See you later.
See ya. This is great. Oh, she didn't like that.
Well, guys, that is gonna do it. We are so pumped that this thing is up and running. We got the bumper on, the hood on.
Dude, it looks so good.
Dude, it sounds...
It's a complete car.
It sounds so good. Now we just need to fab up that wastegate screamer real quick and then get ready for our secondary fuel system to be here. We literally just have to run feed and return.
Then it's time for 30 psi.
30 psi. Got it up to like five or so pounds just in the parking lot, just little small rips. Manifold's coloring super nice. Looks so sick. I might not even Cerakote it. I don't know. We'll see. But looking super epic. I'm so happy. This is what makes it right here. Like, it doesn't give it all away. It just like looks like a grill from far away, but it's just silver behind there. Big intercooler sitting behind there. Very, very subtle. But we're super pumped. Guys, we appreciate you so much. If you want to cop yourself some merch to support your boys, check out the website. The website is upgraded. Let me tell you that. There are thousands and thousands of parts on the site now. You can go check it out. And if you still don't see anything that you need, especially the specific stuff that's platform specific, a lot of specifics, definitely hit us up because we can get it for you. Anything that you guys need, hit us up. We're loving life. The weather's finally turning, and we got a car that's almost wrapped up, boys. We're gonna get a couple more things to button up, and we're gonna be heading to the dyno. Fingers crossed. So we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you later. Peace.